4 years of university can be a tricky path to navigate. The transition from graduating high school to university can be quite steep, and with so much happening, balancing school, extracurriculars, and a social life can feel overbearing sometimes. However, with a lot of patience, persistence, and a few small tweaks to how you work, it can become a lot more manageable. With that being said, here are 5 things that can potentially help. Hello, my friends. I hope you all are great and well. And I know it's been a minute and I haven't posted in a while, but that's mostly because I have been sick and also because I've been drowning in schoolwork ever since my summer school started. I'm just making excuses for myself, but I'm back for good now. I'm hopefully posting once a week, or if not once every 2 weeks, but I'm going to turn these videos out. Today we're talking about 5 things I learned in university about being productive. So let's go. Tip 1. If you write things down, you won't forget them. So really for me, I learned this the hard way in second year of university. First year just felt like an extension of high school. I was turning out assignments literally hours before the deadline, and I was doing pretty well, so it wasn't something that I was worried about. But as soon as second year came around, I had a lot more on my plate. I was doing full-time school and I was doing extracurriculars, and it just got really difficult to just keep up with everything. I kept forgetting things I had to do, and so I decided that it's time that I wrote things down so that, at least I can see what I have later in the day, or, things that are coming up in the week. For a lot of people, journaling or writing things down physically, putting pen on paper, helps them retain information as well as keep track of things. But personally, I like using a more digital method, and so I use Google Keep Notes, just because it allows me to access all my notes, all my to-dos, and everything that I need to do or I need to remember across multiple devices just using Gmail. And so far I've been using that since second year of university, and it's been working out pretty well for me. Tip 2. Schedule and set personal deadlines. So I'm an individual that does things last minute, and I have been doing this for as long as I can remember. I don't know, I just function better, it seems like, for me. And despite wanting to do things prior to deadlines to alleviate stress, I just can't work. I don't know, maybe I'm just built different, but it's something that I really suffer with. And one thing that I learned that really helps me is scheduling when my tasks are due. And this ties in with the first tip, which is to write things down. So scheduling, again, helps you get a bigger picture of what you have to do, say in the coming week, or even in like the coming few months if it's like a really big assignment or project that you're doing. And my preferred method of doing so is using Google Calendar. It's just useful and it just helps me, and it's just really convenient for me. Another thing that I do is setting personal deadlines, and it's just a way to put pressure on myself to do things that needs to be done. So for example, if I have a 1,000 word essay due at the end of the week, instead of putting off the work till say the last 2 days where I'm gonna be in insane pressure, I basically divide up my 5 days and I try to write 200 words per day for 5 days. So I reach my final day with, basically as close to 1,000 words as possible. And even if I know that I won't be doing this, I at least, have a bigger picture that, okay, so on Monday, if I miss 200 words, then on Tuesday, I need to write out 400 words. And it helps me, not push things all the way to the last minute. Tip 3, budget more time than you think you need. Realistically, if you don't take away anything else from this video other than just this, then this video is still a success. The trick with this tip is that you really need to believe that you will complete the given assignment or whatever you have to do within that period of time. So for example, say you have assignment A that you need to finish within 1 hour. You need to really believe and commit to the fact that you will finish within an hour. But what you do instead of allocating an hour in your daily schedule to finish this, you set 3 hours. I find that even if things don't come up, I can never ever finish anything on time. And so giving myself a buffer time of those 2 extra hours really helps me not stress out and actually finish my assignment without just constantly freaking out. Tip 4, trial and error. Finding what works for you. This really exactly isn't a tip, but rather acknowledging the fact that everyone is different. You know, we process information at different rates. We like learning different things, and really what might work for you might not specifically work for me. For example, for me, I learned that I don't really work well in coffee shops because the noise isn't really background noise and it's really distracting for me. I prefer working by myself alone, especially because, you know, friends distract me as well. And, you know, like, just dial yourself in, see what works for you. And if you find something that works, just keep using this method, because the more times you use it, the better you'll get at doing it. Tip 5, it's okay to procrastinate. So procrastination for me almost feels like a forbidden word in our constant pursuit of being productive. And although it does bother me from time to time, I generally don't think that it's something that you should be worried about. And that's mostly because everything other than work at that moment in time just feels more fun. And I think we as human beings owe it ourselves to be happy from time to time and do things that we normally wouldn't do. What's more important is that we acknowledge the fact that we are procrastinating. And really what has worked for me is telling myself that that I'm gonna enjoy the fact that I'm doing something fun that isn't work, but once this is over, I'm going to get back into finishing my task and, you know, really be in the zone. It's really easy to fall into this constant cycle of stressing out because you aren't working and not being able to get back into work because you're stressed out. And acknowledging it helps you to do whatever you have to do that much better. So these are the 5 things that helped me get through university. And with that, I hope you liked the video. Let me know what you all have been using, things that help you be more productive and get things done. I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you guys in the next one.